26-year-old Quandre Lee Wander is behind bars for fatally shooting his 27-year-old ex-girlfriend Karen Faye Brown. During the early morning hours of Monday the 4th of September, Karen was found unresponsive in front of an apartment complex in the 700 block of Gardens Court in Federalsburg, Maryland. Police arrived at the scene to find Karen lying in the grass with gunshot wounds. Medics responded and pronounced her dead at the scene. Authorities identified her ex-boyfriend Quandre as a suspect. The pair had been involved in a 4-year relationship, and Quandre was a father to 2 of her children aged 2 and 3. Her other children are aged 7 and 8. Investigators said the two had gotten into an argument at the time of the shooting. At around 9:30 a.m. that same morning, Quandre was arrested at a residence in Seaford, Delaware. He's charged with murder and gun-related charges, and he's awaiting extradition back to Maryland. Federalsburg Police Chief Michael McDermott said, "This was a very targeted and intentional act of Quandre against his victim. He intended to do exactly what he did, was very up close and personal." Chief McDermott said the couple had domestic issues in the past, with one incident being as recent as late August. He said we had warrants on file for an incident that occurred in Karen's location on the 20th of August. When the incident happened on the 20th, she was not injured. He didn't have a firearm. He just got away as quickly as he could before law enforcement was able to put a net around him, he added. Unbeknownst to Karen, he would show up at her doorstep 2 weeks later. She didn't want to have any further contact with him, and he made it quite clear that was not what he was willing to accept. I don't believe that she felt it would result in this. Chief McDermott said in this case, 2 lives were lost. I have a 27-year-old victim who will no longer be around for a family, and I have a 26-year-old suspect who will no doubt spend the rest of his life in prison. Karen's mother and aunt will now be raising her 4 children. On Monday the 4th of September, a Southampton County Sheriff's deputy in Cortland, Virginia was arrested after 2 months on the job for giving illegal materials to prisoners. 34-year-old Katie Renee McCann is charged with 2 felony counts of illegal conveyance of a cellular phone to a prisoner and 3 misdemeanor counts of delivery of articles to prisoners or committed persons. Katie was appointed a deputy on the 3rd of July and was assigned to the detention division when she was terminated from her position on Monday. Authorities said they received information about potential policy and criminal violations over the Labor Day weekend and immediately began investigating the allegations. The investigation led to warrants eventually being issued and her arrest. Katie was quickly released on a $5,000 bond. Her first court appearance is scheduled for Friday the 8th of September. 29-year-old Jason Iverson is behind bars for fatally shooting his pregnant sister, her unborn child and her husband at a Labor Day family picnic. A teenage boy was also struck, but is expected to be okay. Police said that 30-year-old Mercedes Iverson and her husband 31-year-old Tria Carter were at the park during the large gathering. At around 3:15 p.m. on Monday the 4th of September, authorities received numerous calls about a fight and a shooting at Stafford Park in Maple Heights, Ohio. Jason had a long-standing feud with his sister and her husband and went to the park after finding out they would be there. After arriving, Jason argued and started fighting with Mercedes and Tria, but they broke free and went to their car to avoid him. Jason then pulled out a gun and shot into the vehicle, striking and killing Mercedes and her unborn child. A 13-year-old boy who was also in the car was injured when a bullet grazed his arm. Police have not disclosed the exact relationship between the teenager and the other family members involved. Tria then exited the vehicle, and Jason chased him through the park to a bathroom where he shot and killed him. Jason was quickly arrested as he attempted to run from the park onto Auburn Avenue. On Wednesday the 6th of September, Jason was arraigned in court on charges of murder and attempted murder. He's held at the Cuyahoga County Jail on a $3 million bond. The investigation into the matter continues. 41-year-old Vaughn Cannon is behind bars for fatally shooting his 40-year-old wife Jordan Cannon. At just before 2 a.m. on Wednesday the 30th of August, authorities responded to a home at 10913 Southwest 30th Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma on reports of domestic disturbance and a shooting. Jordan's 17-year-old son told police he heard 5 gunshots and his stepfather screaming from the bedroom, so he ran out of the house and called 911. When officers arrived, they found Jordan deceased in the bedroom with multiple gunshot wounds. Vaughn remained on scene and he was taken into custody. When speaking with police, Vaughn said he didn't remember the entire incident, though he remembers being in the bedroom with his wife and hearing gunshots and calling his uncle. Investigators said the couple were engaged in a heated argument when Vaughn shot and killed his wife. Both Jordan and Vaughn were Cleveland County Sheriff's Office deputies. Vaughn's charged with first-degree murder and is held at the Canadian County Jail. He's since been let go from the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office. Jordan reportedly filed for divorce in 2021 after 2 years of marriage, but the case was dismissed in October of 2022 because she did not show up for court. The investigation into the matter continues.